It's time for Levack and Goz to answer the question, why?
Tell me why?
Why?
Such an evil why, man. Why?
I think it's got more evil in 2018.
Yeah. Well, it's an eviler world.
Yeah.
Wednesday Why? It is a chance for you guys to join us as we try to make sense of the world of sports. Guys ask the questions, why? And we try to make sense of it all together. Can't just say why not or because and move on. You have to actually attempt to rationalize an unrational world.
Nico Clarith, done with Siena basketball. Why?
Why not? No.
Come on.
Just bad marriage. Bad marriage. Nico has a ton of... If I'm going to be rude, Nico's almost as good as he thinks he is. You know, I mean, and look, he comes off the bench for Siena, and he is their top scorer still, and all those things, and he has a vision of where he wants to be and how he wants to play, and that vision does not coincide with the vision of Jimmy Patsos. So Nico is going to finish the year academically, and then go try to find a better fit for himself.
The reason why he's no longer there, it's just too much. They're done dealing with it. Talent can only take you so far for so long. This goes all the way back to
right.
Goes back to his freshman year when he might have had issues and maybe thought he should have been playing more. Then the sophomore year, the absence from the team, but then he comes back, and then maybe he's had attitude issues before within the locker room, getting frustrated, having blow-ups. I know some media locally here didn't like how he didn't answer questions at the end of games and didn't take the podium. He wasn't available for Siena a lot of times for media avails.
And his mom was too available on message boards.
Yeah, all these things, they didn't need that as a storyline anymore. Because when you have, talent-wise, when your best player's acting like that, it does spread. It does hurt the team. As many points you put up a game, people start to look and say, man, maybe it's a Nico problem that's hurting Siena. And I'm not going to doubt his talent. I'm sure if he does transfer to another school, he could play really well and be really good. But it just didn't work anymore. And we'll see how Siena fans react to the story, if it does help the team going forward. Or in February and March, you look back and say, man, if they had Nico Clarith, what could they have done after that legendary performance against Monmouth in the semis last year? The Philadelphia Eagles are underdogs still to the Atlanta Falcons. Why?
Because Carson Wentz is hurt and not playing. The Eagles, I love their defense. I love the improvement in wide receiver. Carson Wentz is however, the one that makes that all work together. Would I be shocked if the Eagles won this one? No, but the Falcons look like they are finally over that Super Bowl hangover, and I think they'll play like it and go ahead and win this game. If Carson Wentz was there, I would go completely the opposite direction, though.
That's a huge amount of faith in Carson Wentz and what he's been able to do in Philadelphia in just his second year. I get Doug Peterson's a good coach. John DiFilippo, the QB coach, has got a lot of love for potential head coaching gigs. But if Wentz is this much of an impact, I wonder if people look back and say, okay, we know he didn't finish the season, but maybe it's not Todd Gurley. Maybe it's not Tom Brady. Maybe we should reconsider Carson Wentz as the MVP of the NFL for how much difference he's made for Philadelphia. I thought if you're the number one seed in the NFC, you'd have more than just one player. But people perceived that not to be the case. I guess they don't believe in the defense or Nick Foles or the running backs or the offensive line. Oh, it's Wentz or not. So that's how they feel right now. I think.
Well, you saw this last year too, though. I mean, the Eagles have already done better because of Foles than the Raiders did last year. But when you lose a quarterback who's that dynamic, who's that unifying, it hurts the whole team. This is the Eagles team that needs to be firing on all 8 cylinders to beat the Falcons, and I don't know if they can.
No disrespect to your Raiders, though, but the Raiders weren't the best team in the AFC last year. They weren't even the number one seed.
That's debatable. They would have been.
They weren't.
They would have been.
I'm going to move on.
They would.
They would not have been the number one seed.
If they won 2 more games.
Okay.
How many games did he miss?
I get it. I think we're missing the same point here. I'm like, never lost. I'm going to move on. The Cavaliers are 2-5 in their last 7 games. Why are people not concerned more about Isaiah Thomas, LeBron James, and others?
Too early. Too early to get upset about that. I mean, we've seen this. We've seen this narrative happen before. When they put the big 3 together in Miami, it took a minute to click. When LeBron built his new medium-sized 3 in Cleveland, it took a minute to click, and so on and so forth. This will take a second to click. Isaiah Thomas, a little wound up, a little too fired up, considering that he just finally got back on the court. But it'll all click at some point.
Sometimes I become too critical of SportsCenter. One of my things for the final few months of 2017 was tweet out the top 10 plays and just stick it to Woods when they'd have European soccer on over this big NFL play, or some random cricket event over this big NHL goal. SportsCenter today dragged poor Adrian Wojnarowski out of whatever cabin he's in, finding all the details about everybody's life in the NBA. And they had the stat that the Cavaliers are 2-5 in their last 7 games, and the ESPN BPI index, take that for what it is, the BPI index, only gives the Cavaliers a 7% chance to make the NBA Finals, which is 3rd in the Eastern Conference. I sat there and thought, who thinks that? Does someone think Toronto can beat them? Does someone think Detroit can beat Cleveland? I will not believe this nonsense on January 10th until I actually see it happen come May and June. The next one. Garrett Cole seems to not be an attractive fit for the New York Yankees anymore. It might be the Houston Astros. Why no love now for the Yankees for Garrett Cole?
Price, probably more than anything. I mean, this is a luxury pickup, in my opinion. I think you have enough to go out and compete and to get the ball to your bullpen. But if you can get one more ace, one more 2 pitcher, you go for it and get it done. Not if the price is wrong. And if they're asking for so much from Houston, how much were they asking for from the Yankees?
Yep, it's that. Plus, maybe they believe in some of these guys. Maybe they're like, we don't need it. We needed an arm at the deadline last year. We brought in Sonny Gray. We have prospects who can do it. Of all these teams, I think you can go as far as any other sport. The Yankees keep hitting. Every prospect they bring up is working. Whether it's a hitter, whether it's a pitcher, whether it's defensive. Whatever it takes, these guys have worked, and credit to Brian Cashman. Maybe he believes there's somebody else. 100,000 people, again, 100,000 people watched the live stream of Lithuanian basketball involving LiAngelo Ball and LaMelo Ball yesterday on Facebook. Why?
Car accident effect? This is a tough one for me because I could care less. LeVar Ball has built something so obnoxiously Kardashian that the average person can't turn away from it. I can't turn towards it. I even dislike Lonzo Ball right now just because his last name is Ball.
I'm glad you brought up Kardashian as an adjective there, because that's what it feels like to me now, too. I thought, you know what? Some people will watch it. 100,000 people cared about it. We're talking about Lithuanian basketball, not the G League, not college hoops, not UCLA. Lithuanian basketball, 100,000 people. This is the first time maybe we've ever done this. I don't know if I have an answer for this one. Because people want to be big ballers? Because they thought LeVar Ball was going to play? They were rooting for the Ball brothers to get dunked on? It's all I got. I don't even know if those are good answers, but I don't get it. I'm with you, Levack. I don't get this. And now goes to the next one. Alabama football coaches' bonuses for winning the national championship game. Why? Have you seen some of these bonus numbers when it comes to Alabama's assistance for winning the national title game?
No, I haven't seen the numbers.
According to ESPN's Darren Ravel, just for winning the national championship game, Nick Saban got another extra $100,000. The linebackers coach got an extra $171,000. The strength and conditioning coach got $96,000. And the tight ends coach got an extra $68,000.
Nice.
All for just winning the national championship game. Why is
Nice.
that happening?
Good, because all the extra money the university made playing 2 extra games.
Can I be Debbie Downer right now? I'm going to be the Debbie Downer Twitter person. And I have to look at these numbers and say, oh, so the national championship game on ESPN had about 13 different megacasts. Probably about $1 million for a spot for a commercial in that game. These guys are getting $100,000 bonuses for winning the games.
Right.
But there's no money to give any of these guys who are on the field any money. We're going to look back and say, wait, that was a $500 million product, but the people played in the game got zero. But these guys, the linebackers coach, the strength coach, got almost $100,000.
Because the NCAA will allow that.
How long is that going to last? I don't know. I know it's a bigger topic, but like that bothered me when I saw these stats. I'm like, seriously, these guys are getting this, but the guys who played, the guy who caught the game-winning touchdown got 0, but the dude who's doing push-ups on the sidelines got $100,000. And
I agree. I think this is one of the easy ways to fix the funding. If your school makes X amount of dollars on bowl games and this, that, and the other thing, a percentage should go directly to the players who played in the game.
Yeah, put it in a pot. Let them keep it when they graduate. It's not that hard.
Because the bottom line is, if you went to Central Florida, all of a sudden you're getting real cash. You know, if you went to Bama, your actions, your overachieving made real cash for the university, just like those coaches did. But the coaches, I can put that in their contracts. Players, I can't.
Yeah, think about if you're going to a place to work and they've capped your overall income for the year. Would you want to work there? No matter how well you did as a salesperson, no matter how well you did as a product, this is the amount you're going to make. That doesn't matter what we do. Last one here, I have to ask this. We had a company-wide digital meeting today. Mm-hmm. But for the second time, I think, in the last company meetings when it comes to digital, you again suggested I dress as a Hooters girl. Why did you do that?
Because it's digital gold. People love you dressed as a Hooters girl.
I mean, I get it happened. But again, we have the whole staff there, and he thought, I got a good idea for 2018. Let's get Goz back in the Hooters outfit for these numbers again.
I was asked, how do we get more unique views on our sites? And I said that, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is the absolute most viewed video in the history of 104.5 The Team FM?
It is me dressed up as a Hooters girl.
So the obvious answer for me is let's get Goz to cross-dress.
Now, who suggested? Was it you? Because you can take credit or blame. Who suggested I go to the Crossgate Mall and do it?
The Crossgates Mall thing, I guess, because other stations in the building have great luck when they talk about Crossgates. And I think that crazy, the weird dude.
Dan America?
Yeah. I think he just wants to dress up with you and go there. I think I don't even think you have to bet him. I bet you he'll just do it.
Do you remember what he said after this conversation? He pulled out some random actor from some random movie.
He started answering trivia questions that nobody was asking.
He was having his own conversation.
No, seriously, people. If we're ever missing, find that dude.
I love Dan America.
Our heads are probably in his trunk.
I'm going to talk to your daughter. Nuts. We're going to figure out a new way for scoring this year. I don't know if we're going to do
She said that she's got a new, she's already got ideas on how to punish you when you lose to her.
What punish? We have to figure out the ground rules. So they gave her too many points last year. I had a fantastic bracket. We're going to go through it. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm fine to hear the punishments.
How can you with a straight face say you gave too many points to, at that time, a 13-year-old girl who picked her teams based on what she believed the actors and characters from Supernatural might like, and you lost?
You know what? Texas Southern going all the way, I thought was going to help me more. All right, she had that 16 team in the finals against Kansas. We're going to go through the scoring this year. All right? I'll talk to Belle. She's older now. She's 14. She's in high school. She's got to step up her game.
She did. I think Jared Padalecki from Supernatural's from Texas. I'm going to take Texas Southern to the gym and beat you.
You're going down, Bells. I will not be back in this whatever outfit you choose this year.
And beat you. Just so we're clear, part of it was there's a song from Kansas in the opening to a lot of the episodes. I think I'll pick Kansas to go far because of that.
32 points was too much, and we're not bringing up my Hooters thing in the digital meetings anymore.
I think it was 26 points.
Whatever it was. We're done with the Hooters thing in the meetings, all right? We're done with it.
Well, if you'd stop showing up to the meetings dressed in the Hooters outfit, maybe we wouldn't feel the need to bring it up all the time.